come through today. But look who we got here. This is a Fusion Grand Finals Classic right here, but we only got it in winter semifinals right here.
Yeah, honestly, you could just say this is an NJ classic at this point. Zomba, Jakal, two of the most storied players of the New Jersey, New York metropolitan area region. Uh, this is a matchup that we've seen time and time again, and it always delivers with the hype moments and stuff. If I remember correctly, the last time I saw the two of these play, against each other, they did choose to go secondaries for a little bit, but it looks like we're gonna stay with the mains for now. Got Jakal on the Wolf rather, and Zomba on the R.O.B. Starting here at PS2, another Tri-State Classic.
So I just looked at their set record. Their set record is Zomba favored 80-35. So they have played quite a bit of time, definitely know each other, but from what I've seen, Zomba has gotten the set record up. I believe the last time Jakal has won, to my knowledge, is back in 2024. So if anything history could be made today, could be here at Fusion today. Let's see right here as we're getting into the scrapping right now. If we're getting an even amount of hits into each other, but Zomba just cornering him into this pressure right now. Another up air to boot. It just looks like Jakal has no options against this mighty robot. Zomba takes the first stock right there.
That's a great down tilt to catch that high up B coming out from Jakal, just able to follow it up, take advantage of the fact that Wolf does not have very much distance on his recoveries. Takes a nice quick stock here for Zomba, putting him in a very comfortable position, just able to control center stage now, play a slower game, and it doesn't even have to risk teching into stage, try to keep stage control, just backs off, and then uses all of R.O.B's projectiles to win it back. Oh, great there, the Zomba Classic.
And a down air to boot right there. Just non-stop pressure. As we've been talking about all this, Zomba has been kind of destroying Jakal as of right now. Jakal's really going to have to put some optimal damage up and some kill options if he really wants to take this game back.
An actual really good reflector there. Not something you see a lot coming out from the Spaceys, is the reflector actually being used to reflect, but it's a fully charged laser that gets reflected and starts racking up damage on the Zomba, and we're going to see that L smash there finally secure the first stock. So Jakal's able to stop the bleeding just a little bit, still has a lot to make up. Ooh, but these fair strings are putting on some really good damage, just sitting here with the stage control. Zomba just having to flash the shield constantly to try to stop getting hit by some more of these aerials. And here we go, another one carrying him across the stage.
Absolutely, Jakal finally getting the offense that he needs. But as I say that, Zomba putting him in this edge guard position once again. As I say that, getting the nair into the F-toe right there. Now putting Zomba in a precarious situation. Zomba is just trying to put back into neutral at this moment.
Yeah, you can tell that Zomba has really slowed down the pace of his play after that really good stock from Jakal. Ooh, once again able to roll away from that down smash, which at this point is going to start killing. Like Zomba has to be aware of that and pick and choose when he goes in out of like disadvantage states and not, just to not get hit by these stray wolf smash attacks. They're so strong.
But as you say that, putting Zomba back onto the ledge, he is down on his last leg at 128%. Zomba in a similar position except with a stock up, tilting up from coast to coast right there. Let's see if he could get some kind of sequence going for any kind of kill right now. As not Jakal, I should say, Wolf, not really has kill moves, but not really kill setups, kind of like R.O.B does. And the up air edging the side being not only that, killing as well, taking game one right there.
Yeah, Jakal just had such a high percent that even though it was below stage, and up air there is almost all the time going to be getting the kill. And good on Zomba for navigating around that Wolf Flash too. We've seen Jakal time and time again get just crazy stocks out of nowhere with the Wolf Flash. Zomba just dropping right below it, and then able to take advantage of R.O.B's just like really good offstage mobility, and just catch it with the up air and just get that stock all nice and clean. We're gonna be going right back to PS2 here for game number 2.
Gotta keep it simple and clean. These players don't really be needing to change up. Don't fix what ain't broke, as some would say right here. And as I'm saying that, Jakal would have a much better start than game one right here, as he's just putting pressure on him from ledge, middle stage. It don't really matter. So you see here, they're playing the neutral game, both trying to get a solid hit on each other. Right, laser right there, try to stop it. Nice gyro catch right there. Nice gyro play over here right now. Nice down play right there.
This is definitely a more slow and controlled start compared to game number one. At this point, we already saw one of Jakal's stocks go flying, but right now, it's definitely Jakal favored in terms of the percent difference, but Zomba has been very strong this game. And as I say that, yeah, the up smash. Yeah, the up smash just catches Zomba lacking, like just able to just raw in neutral, throw that out, secure a stock, and put Jakal in a stock lead here for the start of game number two.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't want to be too patient in some of these situations. Sometimes you just need to know to let it rip. And he is letting it rip in damage with a solid 85%. That's the optimal combos we like to see from Zomba right here to take advantage. And like I said, this is looking like vice versa of the game one so far.
Yeah, Jakal just looking insanely dominant right now.
He really tried that, and he's going to get punished for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're still sitting with a fresh stock versus Zomba who's at over 100%, and you do have a bit of the mental advantage, like, you know, taking that first stock, coming into this game with able to mental reset. Ooh, tries to get the up smash.
Yeah,
there,
but if there's any character not to take lightly and not to take too many risks, it is R.O.B, one of those characters that can just rank up damage and kill confirms on the fly at almost any percent right here. Nice back throw right there. And trying to go for a down. An untechable on stage.
Yep.
That is something I don't think I've seen in a while, if not ever. But
yeah, Jakal is just so insanely good at hitting those wolf flashes when trying to get back to ledge when they really matter. Like in a case like that where it not only gets him back to stage but also takes the stock off of Zomba. Zomba is able to flip the situation back and take Jakal's stock, putting them both at last stock here, but Jakal, again, he's just landing a lot of these optimal combos, like we were saying. Like, the damage coming out from Jakal is insane here. Already 84%, 102%
in that back air there, almost killing right here. But he's going to need a solid hit, because when you think about it, this is really an even game. He's got that gyro launched up. He's got his resources lagged. But as I say that, going back to center stage, that's where Jakal needs to be if he wants to secure this game 2 right now.
Yeah.
Here, nice catch the gyro right there.
Yeah, Jakal's been doing a really good job trying to play around this gyro, like often trying to pick it up and use it to either just take it out of Zomba's hands or use it for his own advantage. Now able to get back to ledge stage, both of these players just trying to find a stray hit because Zomba has been able to.
Ooh, almost getting hit. The down tilt clanking with the up smash right there, and what a wolf flash! A steal game 2 right there.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, won't get fooled again. Jakal is able to hit that wolf flash going like straight out of neutral into center stage the second time. First time he gets punished for it. Second time wins him the game. You know,
that's what I love about Jakal. Even if it's not the most optimal situation to use it, he uses it when it counts and just lets it rip. He is a player's player right there, for sure.
Yeah. Like,
I wonder if we're gonna get any counterpick. We're just going. We are.
Oh, yeah.
We're going
Okay.
Battlefield game 3.
Yeah, you know, I think this stage helps both characters out. You know, they both love the platform for combo extension, but I do think R.O.B has an easier time just covering them as opposed to Wolf, just because of these huge hitboxes, the gyros, laser, and all that. But right now, we're just seeing Jakal run away with the lead.
Yeah, I was about to say, as you're saying that, Wolf is definitely taking advantage of all 3 platforms right now, as we see in this first stock.
Man, this is just insane. Zomba's only been able to get 20% here onto Jakal. Ooh, trying to use the gyro to cover the high
Almost
recovery.
sniping with that gyro right there. Catching him with the nair right there. This is not looking rough as he's putting him in the ledge. But as I say that, R.O.B is R.O.B and can easily rob your stocks away in a flash right there.
Yeah, that was a very quick, like 60-some% to put this at a much more even game.
And he
Oh
tried it
no,
again. It almost worked.
it did almost work. Like I will give him that. I think it was just a micro spacing thing because just barely missing that end hitbox. Now Zomba's sitting with the stock lead, but this percent is still in sky high right now, 160%. Zomba has to be careful because this stock can go flying at any second, just like that. There from center stage
Yeah.
connecting will
But as
do.
you say that, Zomba's still in a pretty good lead, that stock. I kind of wonder if that Wolf Flash will affect this game and set right here, solely because of how risky he was, even though he was in a pretty good lead. But as I'm saying that, getting these optimal combos and now evening up this game right now.
Yeah, Zomba able to buy some space with that Nair to get back to stage, but just unable to respond to the big damage that Jakal's been putting in. Needs to find a kill, but is only finding like a couple stray hits. Not able to do much.
And there we go.
There we go. Once
Fair
again,
to Wolf
technical.
Flash now working out, and down the last stock goes Zomba. Let's see if he can get some extra credit along with that stock right here. Playing the patient game, not really having to approach, and totally understandable as to why.
Yeah, Jakal was just sitting there with a gyro in hand, which, took a lot of R.O.B's options away, especially, having to wait for the laser to charge up. Just having to force the option, like Jakal is just playing a much more patient game. It is really forcing Zomba to have to be the one to initiate. As I say that shield is going to stop that. Oh, great delay on the match.
Yeah.
He's going to get caught by
As
the
I say
up air.
that, the up air is inevitable, and it's taken Jakal's last stock. This is still, percentage-wise aside, an even game right here. So Jakal's still got to be careful, but he's doing great on Vantage State right now.
Yeah. Both these players just know each other so well that it's really hard to say whenever a game is truly in their advantage one another, because just one good combo and then the game gets flipped on its
And
head.
there, right there, back air pressuring the shield right here. And as you see here, Jakal is carefully picking out his move, making sure he isn't overextending in one case, and overextends that right there to take it game free right there. Great stuff to both players, but Jakal gonna take it on top today.
Man, Jakal just so calm, cool, and collected on that last edge guard, is able to use the laser there to stop the gyro from getting any space. Just slowly walks up, hits the F tilt 2 frame, and gets the final KO there to take it 2-1 over Zomba. Man, Jakal is just so on point for his really good moments of this game, especially at the start of like game 2.
Yeah, because even during game one, you could tell he was slowly adapting to Zomba's playstyle, even if he was getting whooped in the beginning. But game two and three, we definitely saw the adaptations come through and pay off to get the set win. As fun fact, they actually did place yesterday, Sunset Slash, I believe.
Yeah,
In
little
loser
regional out in New Jersey, yeah. But yeah, like, man, when you play against another person so much, you get sets like these where it is just so back and forth. And, like you said, even though like Zomba does have the overall set record, but Jakal was just playing really clean there and shows why that these two are some of the most storied players in the New Jersey and really just Smash Ultimate as a whole scene.
Absolutely, for sure. It's always a treat seeing these two players right here, especially at Fusion. And once again, seeing them, but this time, Jakal taking out on top and going to winners finals against Sierra. I'm very excited to see that once again as well.
Yeah, and here we are seeing from game 3 again, just like the start of this game was like so Jakal favored, but then that single missed Wolf Flash just really, changed the pace of the game, putting Zomba ahead and then forcing Jakal to have to slow down the play, not take as many of those risks. But then we see another Wolf Flash come out later there.
That one was like a true combo, though.
Yeah, like that one was at least a combo. It wasn't one of those just weird, raw, straight out of neutral things like we saw him do like a couple times this set. Which, it normally you would think is weird, but again, these two have played each other time and time and time again. At some point, you got to come up with something new to kind of try to throw the other one for a loop and just inject some new life into the rivalry.
Absolutely, for sure. So, shout outs to both players right there, and hopefully we will get to see them again and commentate one of their sets, but we will have to